From the outside, my life looked ordinary. A husband with steady work, 5 healthy children, a roof over our heads, food to eat. Neighbors often said, "Oluchi, you are enjoying. Oh, God has blessed you." They didn't know that behind the smiles I forced in public, my heart was a cracked pot that could no longer hold water. The truth was simple: I had been dying slowly in silence. I remembered the early years of our marriage. Obi was sweet then, or maybe I was too blinded by love to notice his flaws. He used to call me my queen, bringing suya and ice cream whenever he returned from work. We would sit on the balcony and laugh until mosquitoes chased us inside. Back then, if someone told me that one day this same man would stand before strangers and call me useless, I would have sworn it was a lie. But life has a way of peeling people layer by layer. The change started small, little remarks thrown like stones. "Oluchi, why is this too watery? Don't you know how to cook? Or you are adding weight. Oh, are you planning to become elephant?" I would laugh it off then, convincing myself it was no more stress from work. But soon, the stones became daggers. After each pregnancy, his patience grew shorter. The first time Clinton wet the bed, Obi shouted so loud the neighbors came to knock on our door. When Amanda was born and I complained of back pain, he told me I was lazy, that other women carried twins and still managed their homes without complaint. I began to carry the insult like second skin. In front of people, I smiled, nodded, kept quiet. Inside, I was bruised in places no I could see. Every morning followed the same script. I woke before dawn, tied wrapper, swept the whole compound, boiled water, bathed the younger ones, cooked for the older ones, packed school bags, ironed uniforms, and still managed to brush my own teeth quickly before running to the gate to see them off. By the time I finished washing the dishes, the sun was already high. My body would ache as if I had been beaten. Yet, to Obi, I was doing nothing. There were nights when the children all fell sick at the same time: fever, catarrh, cough. I would carry Amanda on my back while rocking Kin in my arms. My eyes heavy, my head pounding. I would sit on the mat with all of them, whispering prayers through clenched teeth. Obi. He would snore peacefully in the bedroom, his mouth open, his chest rising and falling. By morning, he would complain that I didn't let him rest enough. Sometimes, I stood in front of the mirror and barely recognized the woman staring back. My hair was always rough, my skin dry, my wrapper smelling of smoke from cooking. Once, Clinton asked me, "Mommy, why don't you wear fine gown like Auntie Ifeoma next door?" I smiled and told him, "Because Mommy likes wrapper." But inside, my heart broke. The world saw me as lucky, but they didn't know that even my laughter was borrowed. I thought of my mother, how she warned me before marriage: "Oluchi, don't lose yourself in the name of wife and mother. A man will only value you if you also value yourself." I had laughed at her then, thinking she was exaggerating. Now, her words were ringing in my ears like a bell I had ignored too long. What pained me the most wasn't even Obi's words. It was how he said them. In front of people. Without shame. Without care for how I would feel. That night, I realized something deep. I had allowed myself to shrink until I was invisible in my own home. My children loved me, yes. They would run into my arms, cling to my wrapper, fight over who would sit on my lap. But love without respect is like a plate of food without salt: it fills your stomach but leaves you unsatisfied. As I scrubbed the bathroom that Sunday morning after his insult, my mind played back all the years of sacrifice. The nights I slept on cold floor because Amanda's fever was too high to leave her alone. The mornings I tied Kin on my back while frying akara to sell so I could contribute more money. The days I walked long distance under hot sun just to save transport fare. And yet, the only reward I received was the title of useless. Standing there, water dripping from my hands, I felt something rise in me. It was anger, but not the wild kind that makes you shout. It was quiet, steady, like hot coal buried under ash. That anger whispered to me, enough is enough. From that moment, I knew I couldn't continue pretending. My silence had been my prison. If Obi wanted to see how easy my life was, then I would give him the chance. And that decision was the seed of the storm that was coming.